Welcome, live viewers. Welcome, replay viewers, to my broadcast. I'm simulcasting on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, all with the same username everywhere, Tiffany TLC Music. All my own music, except one song that was written for me. But all of it is modern American folk on acoustic guitar, except for some bluesy songs and some vocal looping songs that I do. I'm a little distracted because I'm going to put in a little blurb here about what I'm doing here. Let me also add that I come on most weekdays between 5:15 and 6:15 p.m. Pacific time usually. I do encourage you to follow, especially on Twitter, because it's the only place where you can both watch and get my brief but important announcements, my rare but important announcements. And but any of these places, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, are good options. Be aware that the only way I can see you is if you chat, and then you'll show up here in the merged chat area, and then I can give you a little shout out, and we can chat if you want. Yeah, what else do I want to say? Please do consider following and sharing. Sharing is caring. Sharing the broadcast, that is. Hosting, whatever you do to kind of get the word out will depend on where you are. And I appreciate that so much. All right, I'm going to get started. These are the songs I'm thinking of, but I'm open to requests always. When I Gotta Let Go, The Sun on the Sea, That Brand New Day, and perhaps A Reason Why. I think I might go in that order. Let's see, hold on. Aw, that's nice. Got a really nice. Sorry, I've got to respond to this. That was really sweet. Let me just say, see you Thursday. I have a really good friend. I have a couple really good friends. All right, let's go on to do. Let's do. When I Gotta Let Go. Yeah, I think so. This is a song about realizing. For me, it took many years to realize that it's not enough for me to just ask myself, can I help? Is it possible in this moment to help? I also need to ask, is it sustainable for me to help? Yeah, that's really it. Ideally even joyful and fulfilling, but really manageable and sustainable is sort of the litmus test. In some situations, I kind of get to the point where I realize, I've kind of done everything that I can sustainably do to contribute in a particular situation. But on certain issues, I've gone, given and focused and tried to help way more than that. And it took a long time to realize, well, you know what? I really do need to respect those limits, or bad things happen, mostly to me. But yeah, and it can be pretty miserable. So let's see. So this song kind of embodies that realization, and I sing it when I need that advice. It's not particularly what I'm dealing with today, but it can kind of be taken to mean some other things as well. So apply it as you see fit. You were so young, the bird was down. I was young too, had no way to protect you. stand nearby and hear you cry, and feel your pain again and again. Made it hard to know when I gotta let go, 'cause I've done all that I can, and I need others to grow, to lend a hand. Never hit myself, I still have scars. Fear to be safe, I better do things perfectly, including taking care of you and all others suffering too. Made it hard to know when I gotta let go, 'cause I've done all that I can, and I need others to grow, to lend a hand. Never hit myself, I still have scars. Fear to be safe, I better do things perfectly, including taking care of you and all others suffering too. Made it hard to know when I gotta let go, 'cause I've done all that I can, and I need others to grow, to lend a hand. I know compassion, it helps us all, but it's my limits I need to recall. I often ask too much of myself, when the truth is I need help. It's why I need to know when I gotta let go, 'cause I've done all that I can, and I need others to grow, to lend a hand. There is so much pain in this world, and so much I think we can do to fix it. I believe big changes are the key, but I can't make them myself alone, just me. That's why I need to know when I gotta let go, 'cause I've done all that I can, and I need others to grow, to lend a hand. Let's see. When I gotta let go, when I gotta let go, when I gotta let go. Yes. When I gotta let go. Sometimes we do. All right. Yeah, I realized I actually might want to do, instead of a reason why, I think I might want to do Everybody's in a Circle. I think I'm going to jot the songs down as I do them. It's a thing that I do so that I can keep track of kind of not repeating my songs to the same ones over and over. But I often don't think of doing it until the next day, and then I have to go back and listen to the broadcast to figure out what I sang. All right. So how about The Sun on the Sea? Let's do it. This is a song about a very, very beautiful spot that's near and dear to my heart. And I wrote this song while visiting this spot. Most of it, lots of it, the bulk of it. Like, kind of figured out what verses I wanted in it, sort of what were all the cool things in this spot so that I could cover it all. Let's see. Yeah, okay. The Sun on the Sea. This is a spot in Northern California. Most of it, I mean, it could be any number of beaches there, but in particular, I'm thinking of Schoolhouse Beach. If you ever go to Bodega Bay in Northern California, which is, this particular spot is, north of the Bay Area, then you will, and it's south of Bodega Bay proper. So it's actually on the ocean, not the bay. By the way, when I say the Bay Area, I'm talking about San Francisco. So it's north of there, south of Bodega Bay. It's called Schoolhouse Beach. And this one pretty much covers pretty well. This beach pretty much has everything that I talk about in this song. But there are other beaches that have certain elements in that area that kind of, I wrote some of the song in those areas as well, because the sun can be on the sea, in a lot of different places, but there are certain like tide pools and other things at this beach that I kind of had in mind when I wrote this. So get ready to go someplace very beautiful. I close my eyes and breathe in the salty air delights me. A gust call invites me. The crash of a wave excites me. The sound like a rain stick. I open my eyes to see. Hi Wesley, how are you? A billion pebbles glittering as they pull toward the sea, toward the sun on the sea, toward the sea and the sun, toward the sun on the sea, calling to me. Along the shore I slowly walk, feeling each grain of sand, but my eyes are drawn back toward the sea, and all the beams reflecting. I turn and stare, mesmerized, as if in a trance, overcome by the beauty. Yay! I burst forth in dance with the sun on the sea. The sea and the sun, with the sun on the sea, dancing with me. Waves spreading over the sand, rolls and rolls of white silk, encrusted with pearly beads, tiny bubbles glistening. A big wave crashes on the shore, rushes forth to meet me. I stumble back laughing, it licks toes to greet me. The sun on the sea, thank you. The sea and the sun on the sea, playing with me. Soon I reach the tide pools, teeming with life, green anemone shimmering, starfish clustering. Hey, sure. Slow but sure I scale the rock, bare feet, bare hands, mindful each step to the top, to behold the ocean grand, and the sun on the sea and the sun on the sea, calling to or dazzling me. Out at sea the rock jets, the wave hits the foam, flies, a waterfall of diamonds pours down, the seal swims by without a sound. Soon the sun will go down, a loved one will come around to coax me away from the sparkling sea, while I look back longingly, back toward the sun on the sea, toward the sea and the sun, toward the sun on the sea, calling to me, back toward the sun on the sea, toward the sea and the sun, toward the sun on the sea, calling to me, back toward the sun on the sea, toward the sea and the sun, toward the sun on the sea, calling to me to dance with me, to play with me, to dazzle me. It's where I long to be. Bum bum. I remember that. I remember that post Wesley too. It's a good haircut. All right. So yeah, gosh, I really needed that song. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful place. Schoolhouse Beach in Northern California, just south of Bodega Bay. Yay! I'm glad too, Wesley. I hope you're doing well. Sounds like you are. What you got planned for dinner? I know you like to definitely have like some stuff that you really like when you cook stuff. So we did When I Gotta Let Go. We did The Sun on the Sea. I guess I'll do that Brand New Day, and then I think I'm going to end on Everybody's in a Circle. I'm like, I guess I'll do that Brand New Day, but it's been a little while, and I do want to mix them up. I don't have a specific need for this today, but hopefully it will hit the spot for somebody. This is about trying to come to terms with people that have very different opinions, particularly about kind of the world at large, politics, like how you want the world to be, sort of worldview stuff. It has a lot of aspiration in it. Oh, wow, that's great. Oh, over $4. That's not great. That's not great. Yeah, gas is so expensive right now. Thankfully, we don't drive many places, but I know that's really hard. Hey, Daniel. How are you doing? Good to see ya. I know for a lot of people, the gas is really hard. Daniel, do you drive where you live? Oh, are you? Oh, it's late there, right? So you're past dinner. Dinner's over. See, I'm just about to come up upon dinner, so I get confused. I'm okay, Daniel. I'm a little sad, actually, to tell you the truth. Thanks for asking. Kind of having that sort of in-between place around COVID that we've been at before, where things are opening up, cases are getting better, but they're not. Oh, do you? They're not quite to the point where we feel like, hey, tossing off our masks and just hanging out in all the places with all the people we normally used to. But my eldest son decided there was something he really wanted to go to, and it was safe enough. It's outside. He's wearing this super duper mask, and thanks, Wesley. Yeah. But you know, the best sunny day is after a day of rain. So I embrace the sad days, knowing that, you know, this too shall pass. But in the meantime, I'm hoping to do a little crying at some point, because did you know that cortisol, a stress hormone, comes out in your tears? So if you're stressed out, you feel like you need to cry, you're better off crying. Doesn't have to be a big cry. For me, sometimes it's a relief, just a little bit of tearing. Yeah, I know it depends on what state you're in, you know, but yeah, they're back to being an option. And we use microcovid.org. It's a risk calculator to kind of figure out. It ties in that day's numbers, like up to the minute data from the CDC. So it's really great. You know, sometimes when Omicron was surging, like just going to the grocery store was like taking a 1% chance of getting COVID or something, you know, versus now, you know, with the numbers down, it's it's significantly less of a risk, but it's still pretty easy to get where we're way beyond our risk budget. You choose a risk budget with the app, and I always like to put down the name of this. It was the best app, COVID.org. Yeah, at least where you work, yeah. But it's a browser app, so it's not an app that you download from the App Store. It's like you go there and you use it on the browser. But it's so great, but it's like we're kind of in that limbo land. With Omicron, it was like, okay, very clear, we're not going anywhere, you know, for our family, because we're very risk averse. But now it's like, and I feel a little sad, because there are certain things I might do, except the people that I might do them with are not fond of wearing masks, and I think it would be too much risk-wise for me to do it without masks, and I feel uncomfortable asking them. I also feel a little uncomfortable being the only one wearing a mask, so it's one of those things. Yeah. You mean, oh, like the good cholesterol and the bad cholesterol is kind of like good days and bad days, similar, good happy days and sad days, or something. Anyway, so let's do that brand new day. I can't believe how late it is already, but I guess I can, because I got on late. Poo-poo. All right, here we go. When we talk about change in the world, well, we don't have to agree, but maybe I could learn from you, and you could learn from me, so that one day at a time, step by step, we can climb, and we can find our way to that brand new day. Knowledge, it is emergent, that's what they say, so let's learn something new each and every day. And if we search with open minds, we just might see the same signs, and so choose the same paths more and more of the time, so that one day at a time, step by step, we can climb, and we can find our way to that brand new day. And so that we all can come together, I hope we avoid judgment and look for solutions for the 100%. So that one day at a time, step by step, we can climb, and we can find our way to that brand new day. And maybe, just maybe, if we reach out and we speak about those changes that we seek, and help others do that too, why, we can make it through. So that one day at a time, step by step, we can climb, and we can find our way to that brand new day. Now it may seem much, much too hard, even hopeless at times, but together we're unstoppable. A better world is possible. So one day at a time, step by step, we can let us climb, so we can find our way to that brand new day. Say, one day at a time, step by step, but let us climb, so we can find our way to that brand new day. I forgot about the rapid strums at the end of that one until they were upon me. So like good and bad COVID days, kind of. Like, or good and bad, when COVID's bad, really like spreading a lot, and when it's not so bad, as I think what you're saying, Wesley. Yeah, and boy, it can change fast, can it? I remember Delta was going down, 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 and I was like, well, maybe it's time to loosen up a little. And then overnight, within like 2 weeks' time, bam, Omicron was just out of this world. And unfortunately, we're still pretty vulnerable to variants, because Africa is only like 20 to 30% vaccinated for the most part, last I checked. And so it's like that could suddenly, so it's so hard emotionally to like adjust, I find, to the ups and downs of this. It takes so much flexibility, really. Anyway, and it can lead to sometimes where you're like, oh, honestly, we have found a new normal, or a temporary new normal, that's really, really satisfying with our family. It's been really sweet and really bonding. I saw a thing, Jacqueline Kennedy apparently said that her years with her husband at the White House were some of the best years for them as a family, because they were sort of in the White House bubble, where they were kind of cloistered. And hey, Trevor, so good to see you. How are you? How's it going, my friend? I was just talking about how COVID is so up and down. And right now, things are really looking pretty good. But it's almost like, good to see you. It's almost like easier for me, when things are really bad, because it's like, okay, very clear cut. We don't agonize. I don't even feel sad for the things I'm missing, because it's so clear cut. Okay, we're just not doing those things. We're doing them virtually, or we're not doing them at all. That's where we've gotten to over time anyway. But when it starts to open up, it's like, okay, and you're kind of watching the cases. Well, we are, and just kind of, we use the microcovid.org app, and we're like, this, that. In the mitten? Did you mean mitten? We've also had our mask mandates lifted recently, and I saw a really good piece in the PBS NewsHour interview of a guy who wrote an article for the New York Times, basically saying, it was very thought-provoking, and it was basically like, gosh, I guess we're saying that it's okay to have like 1,000. Oh, mitten. It's okay to have like 1,000 deaths a day. Like, we've just kind of normalized that. And most of those deaths are people in the service sector, low income, people of color, because they're more exposed. They have more pre-existing health conditions. It's harder for them to get vaccinated, and they're more exposed often in service jobs, retail service jobs. And it's like, for our periodic trips to the grocery store, we don't feel like wearing a mask. But then what does that mean for people who are working, in a retail environment where they're constantly exposed? It's basically accepting as normal and okay that we're going to continue to have about 1,000 cases a day, deaths rather, a day. That's what the guy's conclusion was. And I don't know, I feel a little discouraged and a little sad that something so easy, we couldn't keep going a little longer with it. That's interesting. But the thing is, Trevor, that's interesting. Oh, let's hope for that. I've seen things saying the reason we're not out of the woods is because Africa is only like 20 to 30% vaccinated, and Omicron originated in Africa. And so, granted, there's probably some amount of immunity there from getting it, but that is less reliable and doesn't last as long. So I hope you're right, Trevor. Let's hope you're right. My God. But what's discouraging is BA2 is picking up now. Okay, I know, right? I know. I didn't know about Australia. I'd forgotten that. China I did hear about. So it's like, it depends on where you live as to how much they say, we're not going to tolerate we're not going to tolerate much before we take precautions. I don't know that I agree with China's level, but I would like to see us keep on masks a little longer. And get our numbers down. Let's get our numbers down to low or moderate on the CDC website. Let's not settle for substantial or high, which is basically what it is still in, I think, most counties. Our counties is still substantial. I just, this hard thing is, Trevor, is that we're a large group of folks. It's hard enough getting your extended family to agree on what they're going to do for Thanksgiving. Wow. Oh, man. Okay, so she's in Australia then? Amber Lynn Music. I should check that out. Trevor, you know what I would like you to do with all your spare time? Send me their top 3 recommended, or it could be more, but I don't want you to go crazy, but in terms of your own time, but your top 3 recommended streamers that you think I would really like, and message them to me. Brisbane. Because I know you watch them all. So, and I have very little. I have found that it's gotten to where I'm not watching any, and part of that is because I'm trying to not multitask in my life. I'm trying to be in the moment where I am. Top 3. Top 3. Now, not necessarily your top 3, but the top 3 that you think I would like. Or it could be the top 1. Maybe you think there's only 1 or 2 that, Tiffany would really like this one. I'm putting upon you, Trevor. You don't have to do this. I'm sure you don't have the time. But if you do, I would love your insights, because I know you get around on these platforms more than most. So I would very much value your assessment of that. So anyway, it's getting super late. Holy crap, it's after 6:30. Oh no. Let's do everybody's in a circle. Most of mine are ones that came from Periscope. Oh, okay, Trevor. Well, if you have a chance, I'd love to get links to those if you feel like it. Again, totally discretionary. All right, here we go. Everybody's in a circle is about social anxiety and or loneliness, whichever applies, if it applies, hopefully neither. But social anxiety is maybe a little too strong. It's just like you're thinking about, you're wanting to be calm and centered when you think about trying to be involved in a particular group. You're not wanting to be frantic and needy. You're wanting to be like calm and relaxed and open. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's cool, whatever. Everybody's in a circle. Thank you for the circle. All right, this is going to take us out tonight. If you fear you won't fit in to a circle you want to be in, if the light from the nearest sun is much too dim, if you're lonely, look around and realize that sunflowers. So pretty. Sunflowers in a circle. That's perfect for everybody's in a circle. I think they're sunflowers. They have very big centers though, so maybe not, but I think they are. Thanks, Trevor, and others live in replay. They are perfect. That's perfect because they look like a circle, of course. And the sun. Perfect. Thank you for being with me live in replay. I appreciate you, Trevor, and others. I'm going to put my little blurb up here for people who are newish. Just need a reminder. They came from Tyler Alexis music. Oh, is that the Alexis that you went traveling with? Is that her name? I'm not sure. I can't remember. No, that's Alexis Monet, maybe? Not her. Well, they're beautiful. They're wonderful. Thanks for being with me. I do encourage folks to follow. These are all your options: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. That way you'll be notified when I come on. And you'll get announcements if you follow me on Twitter. I make them very rarely, but they are important. Tiffany TLC Music, everywhere. And I do all modern American folk, except for some bluesy and vocal looping songs. All my own music, except for one song written for me. And, oh, cool. A little... Thanks for being with me, everyone. It means so much to me. Take care, Trevor. Hang in there. Be well. And until next time, bye.